Hey guys, so we have more Cory eggs. Last night they decided to lay it all over the water pump. So I just thought I'd show you how I collect them. So this is gonna be a little tricky and maybe a little bumpy because I'm doing it one-handed, but you just kind of roll them off and then right between your fingers, you got the pinch there. And then I put them into a little dish before I move them to the designated tank. This usually works pretty well. If you get the eggs right after they've been laid, they're still really sticky. And you can, you literally you roll them and they just stick to your finger and then you just roll them right back off onto the dish that you're using. The only problem with this is, see I just lost a few. So I might drop some and they might get blown away. That doesn't mean they might not end up hatching. This tank has produced a few fry on its own without human intervention per se, but you get a much higher success rate when you hatch out of the tank because you don't have, even the Cory parents will eat the eggs. They'll predate on their own eggs. And there's tetras in here. They're not prone to hunting eggs if they fall or even being that, but actually the snails are probably your most, oops, lost those two, most likely things to eat eggs. So when the Corys lay on something like this, you do have a higher chance of rating because there's a lot of water flow right here. So there's a higher chance that nobody will go bug them. But if you can see from the top, the snails do get in here. And a snail will really wipe out an egg in no time at all. So anyway, I'm gonna take these off and I got some baby fish to move around. See if I can get these guys in the grow out tank. All right, I'll show you, or catch you guys later, bye. So here's my haul, my egg haul. I ended up, there's so many more on the filter than I expected that I ended up turning it off and pulling it out. So it was a little easier. So there is, I don't know, a good 100 eggs in here. Now, I don't know if these are my bronze Corys or my Sturbies. I saw the Sturbies spawning 2 days ago, so my guess is they're not the Sturby eggs. They're probably the bronze Corys. So what I'm going to do is try to catch these guys. Well, the eggs will be fine with them. It's the snails that I have to pull out. I need to pull out the really big snails, which is unfortunate because they kind of serve a purpose too, but I don't want them to eat the new eggs. The other option is to set up a small little container for these to hatch out in, and then once they've hatched, just put them in here because none of the snails nor the fry will bother them if they're hatched. So I just got to figure out how I'm gonna juggle these. I could move these guys into here and move these Corys who have gotten nice and big into the big tank. These guys are half adult size. They would be more than able to handle the big tank. It just means pulling this whole thing apart, which nobody wants to rip down a tank. That's why we end up with more, isn't it? We set up a new one instead of rip down and move things around. Anyway, I will deal with this, and I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. I know several people have asked, how do I raise Corys or how do you collect the eggs? So I thought I'd show you. The eggs are really quite sturdy once they've hardened up a bit. When they first hatch, they're really sticky, but they're a little bit softer, so you have to be careful with them. but once they've sat for a bit, they're really firm. I mean, I'm sure you could squish them, but obviously I'm not going to because I don't want to squish my baby fish. But you can see, you know, I have 2 breeding groups. I have 3 Sturby Corys that are breeding, and then I have about 2 females and like 4 males of the bronze black Corys, and 1 albino, you know, so that's all in one color variant, just they're bronze black or albino genes. And so they breed, they're the other breeding group. So I mean, that's not a ton of fish to breed, but they spawn regularly. I mean, I haven't collected since I've collected these guys, and each group's probably spawned at least every other week. So I just thought these guys were of a size that now we could bring in a new batch. All right, I'll catch you guys later, and I hope this new video quality is good because I spent a lot on this new camera. All right, talk to you later. Bye.